Hi everyone! In our last video, we explored Arashiyama's bamboo forest and monkey park and tons of other temples in Kyoto. In this video, we are continuing our adventure in Kyoto, but first, every day needs to start with a solid breakfast which we ate at a hotel, and I had way too much ice cream as usual. Good morning! So today, well at least for this morning, I'm all alone. So I am going to try to walk to what's called the Philosopher's Path, and I think it's a 20-minute walk from our hotel. After the busy Kyubizudera temple from yesterday, it's actually nice to walk around a place that's so quiet, and all I see around me are people just going to work, going to daycare, and I think I'm the only tourist here. So this is it. We're at the beginning of Philosopher's Path. I think it was called Philosopher's Path because Japanese philosophers and Kyoto professors used to walk here regularly. So that's what I read on Google. And I found, I think, a local cat. Oh, it's definitely a cat. Oh, he's definitely not scared of humans. Oh, he's actually really friendly. Hi! Oh, very friendly cat. Well fed too. So I guess I'm just gonna follow this cat for the rest of the walk now. He seems to know where we're going. So behind me is the Philosopher's Path, which is a stone path, and people are jogging and taking a walk. And then on this side, well, we have the cat on that side, but you have a view over the city, and there's a lot of little temples and shrines everywhere that you can explore. I didn't think I'd be finding fishes here, but there's even a duck hiding in there. And here's another shrine, and we'll see if we can go in or not. So from what I understand, this shrine is known for its animal statues. So we saw the mice statues at the beginning, and then I think there's more. Oh, I think that's a lion behind us. And I found the bird statue and the monkey one. Alright, I'm gonna keep walking and try to avoid stepping into every shrine that I see because I need to make it to the end. There's probably a shrine that way, but I'm gonna avoid it for now. So I'm now going to walk back to our hotel. We're going to have lunch, and I think the plan for this afternoon is to go to Fushimi Inari, and we'll see how bad the crowds are. But our goal is to maybe hike up to the top if we have time, and then we have dinner plans for tonight. So we've had a little change of plan, so instead of going to Fushimi Inari today, we are going to go to a tea store actually, and then we're going to visit a different temple. After going to the Kyoto train station, we found this cute shop selling hojicha ice cream, which was absolutely fantastic. They also sold all sorts of tea, but unfortunately could not serve us on that day. Afterwards, we went to visit this iconic Buddhist temple that was really close to the train station. So we just completed our visit of this temple that I can't pronounce, but I'm gonna write the name down. It's super impressive because they were showing basically 1,001 Buddha statues. They were all different, and there was a huge, Buddha statue in the center. They're all made of wood, but they were painted in gold. So for 600 yen per person, I think this was really different than all the other temples we visited. After a very hectic bus ride, where I wasn't sure I was going to be able to come out, we are now heading to Nishiki Market, which is over there. Nishiki Market is a series of narrow shopping streets where you can buy food, clothing, and there's even a pig cafe. There's so many people here. It's quite interesting here. There's a bit of everything. There were clothing items, shoes, food obviously. So we just got ourselves some sake. There's a shot for 100 yen. It's okay. And apparently we're also getting something else. And I'm not sure what we are getting. And it looks like we're getting some octopus. But there are other types of seafood here that you can ask them to grill. And here it is. So we got a skewer of some octopus. So for dinner that night, we had to go back to the hotel because we had a whole evening already planned for us. It included Japanese drums, and the drummers, I have to say, were absolutely incredible. The dinner was surprisingly really good as well, and I really liked the abalone. Good morning again. So today the plan is to go to Fushimi Inari because we didn't go yesterday. But before we do this, I just want to explore the area behind our hotel because there's apparently a bird watching trail. So the hotel is down there, the city is here, and we are actually at the bottom of a mountain. We're actually on the mountain, but towards the bottom, and now I'm gonna walk up. So here's the view from this little shrine, and again, that's the city of Kyoto, and our hotel should be just down there. Alright, I think we made it to the top, so this is what it looks like. And we're finally here at Fushimi Inari, and it is, I think, 11 o'clock, so the crowds are pretty intense again. And this is the famous part of Fushimi Inari. want to escape the crowds, you really need to walk further from the base because now it's so much better. So this is the view from the top. So I think we're going to do a loop around the top of the mountain. And then the further you get from the bottom, the less people you'll see. So in this part, there's absolutely no one in front of us, which makes for great pictures. So as you walk up Fushimi Inari, you'll notice that there's tons of places to have snacks, but there's also tons of little shrines and places to wash your hands. And so I'm just walking around this section and there's so many torii gates. So we finally made it to the top of the mountain, and I think we're gonna head down now. So before we go down, we are going to have a little snack. So we got an ice cream sandwich. I think it's matcha ice cream. So throughout the mountains, there's all these paths where people put torii gates, and I think there's people's names and companies' names, and it's supposed to bring good fortune. And people also like to pray here. It's a very, very zen place. After our hike to Fushimi Inari, we of course became very hungry, so we had to find a place for lunch. And we found this great place for udon that was quick and affordable inside the train station. Good afternoon. We are now at the Kyoto Imperial Palace garden. And so Kyoto used to be the capital of Japan before it was moved to Tokyo. And but they kept the beautiful buildings here. And as you can see, it's a really, really big park, but it's quite pleasant and the roads are nicely paved. So the Kyoto Imperial Palace is the former palace of the Emperor of Japan, and surprisingly, this place is actually free to visit. However, you need to know that the grounds are really large, and if you don't bring a hat and sunglasses, it's going to be really hard. It's actually a guided tour in English if you come here in the afternoon, and they tell you about the different rooms and what they're used for. So yeah, interesting. And this is the main part, and it's so gorgeous. And look at that beautiful bird there, just enjoying the Imperial Garden. It was finally time to go to Ippodo, and I was really excited about this because Ippodo is well known for providing high quality Japanese green tea, and this was the flagship store here in Kyoto. So we visited Kyoto soon after the new harvest of green tea in the spring. So we obviously bought a lot of that tea. However, they were also selling all sorts of other teas, including sencha and hojicha. After sitting down, they handed us a menu and we decided to pick 2 glasses of matcha because Kyoto is really well known for its matcha. So here's a matcha that she prepared. It comes with some sweets, maybe some mochi, and look how green this is. For our final meal in Kyoto, we splurged on another Wagyu dinner, but this time we went to a teppanyaki restaurant, meaning that a private chef cooks all the food for you and you just have to enjoy the meal. We picked A5 Wagyu beef and had only 150 grams each, but I think it is the right amount of meat considering how fatty it is. We got to watch the chef prepare every item like an expert, from the garlic chips to the asparagus, mushrooms, sweet potatoes, bean sprouts. We also had a salad of raw Wagyu beef, some soup, some super delicious grilled scallops, and of course the star of the show was the beautifully marbled sirloin. As you can see, that piece of meat was so beautiful, there's nothing like it. This teppanyaki dinner was one of the highlights of our trip. As the chef was cooking the meat, they gave us another salad, but I love how the chef served us the meat as soon as it was ready, so it felt like an interactive experience. I could have easily spent hours just looking at him cooking the food, and every movement was so precise and calculated. This was obviously an expensive meal, but it was also a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The steak did taste remarkable. It was juicy, fatty, and so buttery. And just like that, that was the end of our last night in Kyoto. I hope you enjoyed this series of video because the next time we are going to the eclectic city of Osaka.